Hey, it's Jane with the Compassion Project, and I'm here with Dana Clarke. Say hi,
Hi,
Dana.
everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Jane.
I am so excited to talk to this girl. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She
Please
is
do.
so inspiring. She's from King City, Ontario, and she is passionate, heart-driven, and she's on a mission to change the world. And honestly, I think, well, you are already changing the world. But yeah, you're incredible. So nothing will stop a woman once her heart and soul are set on fire. And I know yours is on fire. So she is the founder and creator behind Heroic Humans, and which she launched September 30th, 2017. Is that right?
Yes, you're so
Yeah.
right about all of this. Amazing.
And
Wow.
she has a second company called Cool to Connect, which we're definitely going to talk about. So Heroic Humans is a social impact movement with a mission to inspire, celebrate, and empower heroic members of all communities. That is a beautiful thing. I love it. Dana is energized by giving back, supporting others, and talking about life's most precious moments. And today is a very busy and exciting day for her. She is launching the connection cards by Cool to Connect, her second company. And she actually is on the news today. CTV News should be on at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to share her story, right? That's incredible. So Cool to Connect is a space designed to disrupt the ideas of what connection is and what it looks like. And now with social distancing and this global pandemic, I mean, we really are so aware now of the need for connection, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, you're bang on with everything. Thank you so much. What
So
a beautiful
welcome.
intro.
I'm
Thank
excited.
you.
So right now you're in your car, driving, your busy day today. So yeah, so I have a question to start off. What is it inside of you as a person that drives you to want to make a difference in the world?
Yeah, you know what? When people ask me this, I always go back to thinking about, I mean, being a young girl and thinking I just really want to make a difference in the world. I want to stand my ground. I want to play a part. I want to have impact. And I always say if you would have asked me how I was ever going to do that, I obviously have had no idea how. And I feel so grateful that the community that I've started to create has gone on onto such a global stance, and how many people are so supportive of creating this type of conversation around humanity and around connection and around being there for one another and acknowledgement. So I
Yeah.
feel grateful to be in the Heroic Humans community as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Everyone will have to check it out. We'll put the website up for sure. So, how has this global pandemic and social distancing affected your business and your life? It's really kind of a shocking thing. I think we're all settling into this now, but yeah. So, how has
Yeah.
it affected you?
Yeah, you know what? I'm very, very blessed to say that I've actually just tried to, keep my head down and stay motivated and on track, business wise during the pandemic. I primarily work from home anyways, and my family is filled with entrepreneurs as well. So it's kind of the norm to be working from home and kind of having that work life balance at home. So I feel very grateful that I've been able to somewhat continue that. Obviously, there's things that are incredibly different, and it's a really insane time. But for the most part, routine wise, I'm really trying to find ways to stay creative. And of course, I had this launch coming up that launched today. And, what can you do to stay motivated in a pandemic? I don't know. That's just flying by the seat of my pants. But it seems to be working. And I'm very fortunate that I get to continue what I'm doing and that I'm, healthy and at home.
Yeah, that's so good. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's crazy the need for connection. I find that even like this is the reason I created this because it was creating connection during social distancing, and I just feel like there's so many lonely people out there, not just in my community where I live, but I mean all over the world, like you say. So I don't know. Do you have advice for anyone that is alone, that's really struggling, how to connect on yeah, the social platforms and that? There's a lot of people that they don't reach out, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know what I find too, just in a general sense, but especially right now with the pandemic, is that I think right now, although it's uncomfortable to be open and vulnerable about how we're feeling and how we're experiencing this feeling of loneliness right now, it's even more important to speak up about it, because this is one of the first times in so long that we're all experiencing somewhat of the same thing. And although we're all in different parts of the world, and our situations are different, and a lot of us are in different positions and have different privileges than others, but this is the time where we can somewhat, more than other times, understand one another. So although we are feeling alone, I mean, it's also this really big moment and opportunity of possibility, if we can think of the ways to use this loneliness as, to bridge the gap and to break down the barriers and to create conversations with people who we ordinarily wouldn't be creating them with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Without this social distancing, I would not have created this. And I've been talking to so many incredible women, and I have to say, for me, what's coming out of this is women like you. I am blown away by the young women that are really making a difference in the world and that are inspired. And I think you have so much opportunity with the internet and the platforms out there now to have a voice,
Oh
right?
yeah. And that's why, I mean, for so long, the Heroic Humans platform was more in a blog format. So people would write in and acknowledge acts of heroism and people in their lives, and whether it was an upcoming entrepreneur or a cancer survivor or just someone in their life who shows up for them on a constant basis. It was a blog format. So people would write in and nominate a story, and I would then share it on social media and on the website, and as a way to acknowledge and celebrate that person. And now I've
Yeah.
turned that system of doing that into a podcast as of November. And it's, I mean, I have a background in broadcast journalism. So for me, it's like, Dana, it's about time you picked up a microphone. But it's so fantastic being able to hear the stories of these people from their own voices. And
Yeah.
I mean, giving someone the opportunity and a safe space to share their story. Can you hear me still, Jane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. To share their story in the first place, but let alone it being projected from their own experience and their own voice. It's just so incredibly powerful, which is exactly what you're doing here. I love it.
And your podcast is amazing. I listened to one this morning. MJ, is that her name? Yeah.
MC, yeah,
MC.
MC.
MC. She's amazing. I was like, yeah, your podcast. How often do you go do the podcast? How often? Is it once a week?
Yeah, once a week. I release an episode every Tuesday.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've gone back and interviewed some of the people who I'd featured previously, but in written form. And then a lot of them are brand new features too, which is
Wow. Amazing.
fun.
So let's talk a bit about the your new Cool to
Yeah,
Connect, and that
cool
is
to
launching
connect.
today. So tell everyone what it is that you're launching, because yeah, I think it's incredible.
Absolutely. So this idea, Jane, came from my experience in being able to talk to and have conversations with so many people across the world and from different lived experiences and different backgrounds and different points of expertise, different points of hurt and loss. And so much of what we all experience, a theme that I noticed is that at one point or another, we reach a point of connection that brings us to another point of fulfillment. And whether that's like a piece of fulfillment with ourselves or another person, or that contributes to our healing or growth, or
Yeah.
whatever you have it. But I found connection is such a common theme for everybody, and it speaks to everyone. So I thought, how can we make these moments of connection so much more accessible to more people across the world, and take that taboo thing out of being vulnerable and out of opening up and being curious, and
Right.
get rid of the surface conversations that we're all so comfortable having and get uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the icebreaker, formality of these cards is not a foreign concept, but what's so neat is that the idea of them came from my real conversations with real people from across the world,
Wow.
which is really cool. So the idea with Cool to Connect is to bring back the philosophy and the mindset that it is really cool to connect with people, and that you should not be ashamed to have deep conversations and to ask hard questions and to get vulnerable and to explore. And what better way to do that than to provide an actual tool to do that. So that's what the connection cards are a 52 card interactive deck that are just quality conversation prompts, and they provide some tips and ways to have connection.
That's amazing. I have always been,
I
my
have
friends,
them here.
oh, you do? No. Hey, I was going to order them right before. I'm like, I'm ordering those.
I
Those
have
are
the
that
deck
right.
right with me. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Is that open? Is that one open?
Yeah, do you want me to open it up? I
Can,
have one hand here, so let me do my best.
see if you read one. Read one card.
Yeah, oh my
I
gosh,
have
I
a
would
dog
love
that was
to.
crying, so I had to like, I've got
No
a dog
worries.
here that, yeah, a live video. You want a treat? You go. But I have always been someone that has been very real. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very open about struggles because I know that's where we connect when things are perfect. And a lot of us will put on that perfect, everything's great. We go out our front door and we, put our face out in the world, but inside there's a lot of pain. There's a lot, and that's where
Right.
the true connection happens when someone opens up and says, I'm struggling too. And then people will, it opens the door for people to share their own struggles when you connect
Absolutely. And I'm
on that level. Yeah.
absolutely. And we need to understand that that's not a situation or an opportunity of weakness to be able to open up that way, but instead it's an opportunity for strength and to be a leader and to guide
Yeah.
someone else who's potentially going through a situation like that as well. So
Yeah.
I pulled a card here, and let me just read what it says. I just pulled it randomly, but we'll see.
Okay.
So this card says, for you, what makes life worth living?
For
I feel like
you,
we've answered this kind of already
well,
in
for
this
me right
conversation.
now, if you ask me that question right now, I would say like 100% my grandchildren. I
Oh,
have never like I we all want joy and we all want hope and joy, and it almost makes me cry. I have these beautiful grandchildren, and like one's 8 months old, Kyla, and a little
oh,
Maurice is 6. And through personal growth and being aware of my thoughts and aware of the present moment, I have so much joy for these children and love and hope, and I'm able to just completely be present when I'm with them. And so that to me is right there is
beautifully
everything.
said. Beautifully
Yeah.
said. I love that.
So anyway, and so thank you. I think those are incredible. I definitely gonna order some. So
I'm
today,
so, yeah. Yeah, no, today the pre-launch starts. It's 3 days only. So, anyone watching, if you want to get yourself some connection cards, you got 3 days.
yeah,
um, and
and
yeah.
definitely for your heroic humans, just to well, yeah, the website, the stories. There was another story. I haven't watched it yet. One girl. What is her name? That she lost her leg in an accident.
Oh, um,
She is beautiful. My heart. I thought I need to listen to that. I think she was featured on your podcast because
why am
yeah.
I blanking? I know exactly what you're talking about. She's a good friend of mine, and her
I'll,
mom passed away in the accident with her.
I honestly, I'll put her name in the comments too. Her story just got to
Bailey
my heart.
Kennedy.
Hmm?
Bailey Kennedy. Bailey Kennedy.
Yeah,
Bailey
she's
Kennedy.
beautiful. Like,
She is beautiful. She's incredible.
yeah. So the stories that I think everyone would just, yeah, love your website. So, um, thank you. So just one more question. What do you feel is the silver lining in all of this, the global pandemic and the social distancing? There's
Yeah,
always a
you know
silver
what?
lining.
Great question. I think the silver lining is that when we come out of this, I think we can all feel more grateful for the connections and the people and the situations that we're all in. I think this is a really tough and real lesson for everybody to pay more attention, to love harder, to be more grateful, to further understand, and to really understand the impact and influence of your community and the people who surround you.
Yeah.
I think it's just a true testament of how strong we can be together and what that looks like and why it's so important to lean on one another.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting, because when you take away the social part, when all of a sudden people can't do these gatherings and they're really realizing the importance
Oh
of
yeah, and it's like,
connection.
yeah,
Look at
I
that.
know.
Someone put, this
Who is
woman is
that? I
the
can't
real
see
deal.
anyone's comments.
I know that one. We'll have to find out after who that is. And then someone put love harder. Awesome phrase. Diane, she's sweet. Thanks for watching,
Aw.
Diane. All right, we will sign off. You're incredible. I would love to do another one with you.
Anytime,
Yeah.
Jane.
And we'll put that back up. Okay, thank you, Dana. I'm gonna watch you on the news today. Good luck. You'll do amazing.
Maybe I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I would love
I
it.
will. I'll send you the link.
Because
Thank you so much.
you're gonna do some of the cards with the newscast guy, aren't you? Gonna do the
It was actually this morning. It was live this morning.
Oh, it was this morning.
Yeah, it was live. It was at I was live at 7:20 Eastern Standard Time. So early.
Oh, okay.
Way too early for you. Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, it's already happened, but I will send you the link and you can check it out. It was so much fun, and I played connection cards with the hosts and had an opportunity to share my story with heroic humans, and it was very special. I feel very grateful.
Oh, okay, awesome. Send it to me. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. You're
Thank
incredible. You
you.
are going to change the world. I know it. Okay,
Thank you,
see you.
Jane.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye.